Now, you spoke a lot during this conference about the playing field not being equal. Can you elaborate on that for us a little bit?
On the athletic field, it's 10 yards for all first downs, 6 points for all touchdowns. It's even. Beyond the playing field, when it comes to access to education, or to jobs, healthcare contracts, it's not even. In Georgia, for example, it's 29% African American, prisoners are 64%. 29% African Americans, contracts 1%. And we see in the data right around from Virginia around to Texas just how uneven is our criminal justice system, our access to contracts, or access to jobs. So we intend to keep fighting until the field is even for all people.
Absolutely. Now, is Rainbow Push doing anything to bring in youth and young adults and make them more active in politics and civil rights and activism?
Well, first of all, we fought diligently for 18 years to have the right to vote. We fought for students to have the right to vote on the campus that they attend. Why should students vote? Vote to put forth a plan to eliminate student loan debt. There should be a pathway to student loan debt forgiveness. When youth are freed up of the student debt, they then can graduate and use their skills to get a job. But many graduate from school with guaranteed debt without a guaranteed job have to go back home to stay. They have no place to go.
Right.
So students have an interest in education that is at a lower cost and jobs when they graduate. And that's the student part of it. The other thing is that all these jails are built mostly for young people.
Right.
These jails are not built for older people. Of those in jail, 90% are high school dropouts, 90%. 80% are in jail. Got on a cheap drug high, some nonviolent drug high, and then 75% return. So we must break up this jail cycle, which is aimed at young people in the main.
Right. Now, speaking of young people in the jail system, how do you feel about the extremely high rate of young black males that are actually juveniles being tried as adults and thrown into prison?
I think juveniles should be tried as juveniles and adults as adults. But I do think when we're old enough to know hot from cold and salt from pepper and right from wrong, we should not self-destruct. We should not kill people. We should not engage in drug trafficking or drug consumption. Use the energies of your youth to fight to build yourself and build your neighbor and make where you live safer. We cannot ever trade off short-term pleasure for long-term pain. We must make some big decisions about choosing life over death and futures over funerals.
Absolutely. If you could leave my viewers with one last thought, a tip, hope, inspiration, what would you say?
Be that life gets difficult sometime because it's not a straight line to get where you're going, but don't surrender. Don't let it break your spirit. Don't self-destruct, don't self-destroy. Confidence in yourself and faith in God. No matter how difficult it may be, you can make it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sitting down with me, talking to me, Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Thank you, dear.
Okay, you guys, thank you for tuning in. He's so awesome. So check out my website and tune in next week.